Hello Tubies! This week on Pagan Perspective we are discussing altars now and then, and originally what I wanted to do was like a clip style video and show you several altar layouts that I would use, setting up for a Sabbat, setting up for an Esbat, and also my general altar layout as well. But instead what I'm going to do to try and keep this video a bit shorter is show you the layout that I have now, which as some of you may have guessed already is for Yule. And then what I will do is post a link to my personal channel in the bottom box below, like I usually do, but I will tell you to use the search engine facility type thing when you get onto my channel and type altar into the search box, because there's several videos on my personal channel which already cover each of my altar setups, and it talks about the general layout that I use, and then specific items that I have to represent different things depending on the aim of my altar, whether it's to celebrate the seasons or whether it's to have a particular purpose like an energetic or a ritual use. So there are several kinds of altars. There's an altar layout that I have all the time in my room, and it's not compulsory to have an altar set up all the time if you're not going to use it during ritual, and it is kind of a hassle because if you have something set up all of the time, it gathers dust, it needs regular cleaning, it needs regular charging. But if you are going to do a lot of daily exercises like energetic work, maybe daily tarot readings, daily blessings, that kind of thing, then it is useful to have it set up all of the time anyway. And I really like having an altar set up because it makes me feel more at home, and it generally leaves my energetic mark on the place, so I always have an altar set up. And what I normally do now is shift my altar's layout during the seasons mainly, is when I redecorate the altar. But also if I'm working on something specifically, like when I've been working with different goddesses, for instance, and I've been trying to get in touch with their energies, I will set up the altar with various items that I think draws that kind of energy into my life. So I basically use my altar as a spiritual link with which I communicate my desires to the goddess and to the universe, and then in response to that, energy is channeled through my altar, and then into my environment, and then that in turn affects my own personal energies and helps me align with that. So this is the setup that I have for Yule then. This is a gold tablecloth, and it has been blessed for purposes of using it with my altar. And what I do is nearly all of my altar cloths are or were tablecloths or scarves as well. I use a lot of those voile, large scarves, like the decorative style things, and nearly all of them as well are from charity shops, because going into like a second-hand store or a charity shop is just the best place that I have found so far for getting altar supplies, especially altar cloths, tarot cloths, that kind of thing. And then once I've blessed a tarot or an altar cloth for ritual purpose, I will never use that again for a purpose other than an altar. Like I wouldn't now use this to spread my table and put my Christmas dinner out on. This would have to be an altar cloth for the rest of its life, or a tarot cloth, or other spiritual or ritual workings. So the layout that I have here is pretty much my usual layout. The only things that have changed for my seasonal decorations include this gold altar cloth that I mentioned, and this is a fake wreath as well, which is just the right size to go around my altar pentacle. And I just love the way that things work out like that. Like I actually picked this up from the pound shop. For everybody in America, yes, it is the same as the dollar store. Everything's a pound, or everything would be $1 in your case. I had a question about that a couple of weeks ago, is the only thing. So yeah, it turned out to be like more or less exactly the same size as my altar pentacle, and that's really what I wanted to do with my Yule altar, is just to have something really simple, and something that really reflected the colours of the seasons as well. I saw this gold altar cloth and I thought there was no way I was leaving the store without it. It's just so shiny and shimmery, and it's It's very much a solar season for me because it's celebrating the fact that we're halfway through winter. And I don't know about you, but I'm really not a winter witch. And I just can't wait to be back into the spring and the summer again, because that's when I really thrive. So I'm very much appreciative of the fact that the sun is at its darkest point, and then we're going to start seeing a lot more of it from the next half of the year. So because of that, I've also got my solar wheel up at the top of my altar there. It's currently in front of the picture that I use in my north corner, which is just something that I made up. I have 4 of those, one in each corner, and I'm guessing you can imagine what goes in the other corners. So they go around my room, and that one just corresponds with where I keep my altar, which is in the north. So that's my solar wheel. That's actually an origami pattern, which is in a video on the Pagan Perspective. It's from last year's Yule videos that we did. So if you want to find the pattern, then look up something along the lines of origami pattern or Yule decorations or something on the Pagan Perspective channel. And then the rest of this is just my general altar layout, and I won't go into that again because, as I said, if you want to see the rest of my altar videos, including my general layout for my altar and other purposes as well, including various sabbats, different spells that I've done, dedication altars to specific goddesses, that kind of thing. All of that is on my personal channel, so I'm not going to cover that again, but feel free to watch as many of those as you like, or just pick out the ones that you find particularly interesting. And I hope you like my decorating for the Yule season as well. I really enjoyed Kara's video this week because that is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to do more like a montage of different altar setups that I use. But I've got that many videos on my personal channel that already cover different purposes for altars and different layouts that I've done personally. You might as well go and have a look at those in your own time because it will cover it in a lot more detail as well in each one. So finally, before I leave you, my dear YouTubers, I have something to tell you all. And that is, I will shortly be leaving the Pagan Perspective team. We've had a lot of changes recently in the team. Quite a few people have dropped out recently, and myself and other members may be leaving the Pagan Perspective team. So there's going to be a big change up, and there may be auditions scheduled for after the Christmas break as well. I think we have one more video topic for next week, which the subs will be covering, and they will be discussing Yule and their plans for Yule and different things like that. So this will probably be my last video with the Pagan Perspective team. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who has supported me on the Pagan Perspective, to everyone who's been watching every week. This is to let you know also that I'm not leaving YouTube altogether, but it has become increasingly difficult for me to keep up with posting regular videos for Pagan Perspective. But I will be keeping my personal channel open, so feel free to follow me there. And, you know, I might return to the Pagan Perspective team sometime in the future, but it won't be at least for the next year, because it's incredibly busy at the moment with a work placement that I'm doing, which is a year between my university degree. And that's taking up most of my time and most of my concentration, which is unfortunately why I've had to resign. It's been so much fun and just so educating working alongside the Pagan Perspective team and getting these kinds of requests that are video topics that I wouldn't normally have picked out for myself, things that I've had to research as well because I haven't known anything about the subject. It's just an incredibly interesting and enjoyable experience. So I totally recommend to all of you that are interested in Pagan Perspective to stay tuned and watch out for audition videos, which will be launching sometime in January, hopefully, depending on how many people decide to change their roles in the Pagan Perspective team. Some people are dropping out, some people might be shifting around, that kind of thing. So stay tuned for Pagan Perspective auditions coming soon. And until we next time meet, may you all blessed be and have a magical Yule.